Okay, welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus, Oil Open, US Open. My name is Lee Goldstein, Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss for educational purposes. All right, good morning. Let me know if you can hear me, please. Can everybody hear? Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, thanks. So this morning there was a technology problem with the trade room, believe it or not. I couldn't get in. Um, and everything should be working now. The password should be correct. So there shouldn't be any. I hope I didn't leave the trade room since I got in about an hour ago, just in case there still is a problem. The problem was I couldn't get in. So we shall see what happens. But for now, I'm just going to stay in. So let's look at oil. We'll take a look at oil, what's going on. Commodities are absolutely high risk because of what's going on. You know, the sell-off on Friday was crazy. So you want to be very careful. Just in general, when you've got a day like we had on Friday, you just have to be extra, extra careful. So I'm going to look at the YM on the right. YM 0326. And I'll put a reverse continue on the YM. One contract, 35 target, 35 stop. So I have a new funded account that we just got from last week. I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to trade the morning YMs in this new funded account. So we've got our YM reverse continue. And then I'll put my morning magnet on the YM. Whoops. So I'm going to put a YM magnet on the chart, high of day, low of day. Proximity is a 3. And I'm just trading one contract, one target, default target, -3 offset. And the stop is 50 at the moment. And I'm going to label it YM magnet. And I'll trade that in the same funded account as the reverse continue. When you turn on the magnet, you get your orders. So I'm going to increase the entry a little bit. And right now I'm just watching. Now, the YM was fairly normal on Disney. Market's a little bit down, not anything outrageous. And then looking at oil, CL, and oil is down $3 today. Now, when you have an instrument that's on an anomaly day, it's very often a good day not to trade it. Looking at oil on a 15-minute chart. The only thing interesting about oil is it's been acting normally since it made this big drop. So the market opened last night and commodities, some of the commodities went back up, some of them sold off, depending. A lot had to do what they did on Friday. I think oil's responding to OPEC news that they're not changing output. So for whatever reason, that drove the price down. But that's a pretty big drop. I mean, I can't recall seeing a $3 drop in years. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't remember seeing a move like this. So, and the real issue is also our oil trade is a problem. Last week it did seem like it was working again, but it's difficult to have faith in it at the moment. It just is. When you have that big of a move down, the temptation here is to just take a short only. The reality is you don't know what's going to happen. You try to outthink the market, and it's very difficult. We're off of the low by about 40 something ticks, 43. Every time I try to outsmart the market, I get filled badly and it doesn't work out. 9 times out of 10. So either you decide you're going to trade or not. And if you're going to trade, just let the trade work or don't trade. Can you all hear me? Testing 1 2 1. Can you hear me? Give me a heads up, please, that you can hear me. So my mic flew off my ear and then I was looking for it behind my computer and I stepped on it. This is quite the morning. Let me tell you, it's like God pointed a magic wand at me and said, "You've had a major stroke. Now try to run a trade room." All right, so the mic is working. I stepped on it. Fortunately, I don't think I was putting too much pressure on it. So, oil, our regular trade seemed to start working again last week.
Chinese and Russian diplomats discuss BRIC nations cooperation.
But honestly, we really don't know if
The
it's
vice foreign
safe to
ministers
trade.
of China and Russia meet in Beijing and again discuss BRIC nation cooperation.
It does seem like the YM wants to test a high, but I'd rather wait till the market opens or closer to it before I start trading the YM. So if it's going to test the high, it might do it without me this morning. At the moment, that's what I'm thinking. Oil, I'll put a reverse continue on the chart. Change the breakout to a reverse continue. Position 1 is a 1. We'll do a 20 tick target on target 1. 20 tick stop. And I'll trade that in my market open funded oil account. We don't often take a discretionary trade. Occasionally we do. Label it CL reverse continue. So that trade is set up. And then the question is, do you want to trade oil on a day when oil's down over $3, almost $3.50? Do you want to take a long when oil's down $3.50? I don't think I want to be honest. Chantal, are you here this morning? I think I'll let oil trade. It may fill us short anyway, but I don't think I'm willing to take a long. I'm only going to trade one contract. This account, number 55. 55. It has in it 49,931. And its liquidation, I believe, is about $1,000 away. In order to know, you have to check your R Trader. You have to log into R Trader. The auto liquidate threshold value. Wow. And it's 49. It's not so good. This account's in big trouble. It's only got $500 of space. 49,389 is the liquidation. 49,389. It's not great. It's only got about $500. I mean, the reality is this oil trade is not working for me. So I'm just thinking about what I want to do. Our range trade that we've been using, it's labeled oil new. Oil new open range. I'm going to right click and rename it. It's February 2nd. And we're going to start the range at 859. One tick above the range, one tick below the range. Show the range graphics on chart. Direction, I'm only going to allow a short. And then I'm trading one contract for a 20 tick target. And if the market goes 12 ticks in my favor, I'm going to move the stop to +8. And I'm going to end the range at 90040. 90040. That's my range trade. And I'll try it in the funded account. I hate to blow this funded account up. What a shame. It is Groundhog Day. So the YM would have just filled long. But I was saying it's just a little bit early for me to trade the YM. It's very slow moving. It might make a new high. It's been pushing up for a while. Okay, so I'll be right back. Hang on one second. Okay, can you hear me?
The effective Fed fund rate is
Okay,
unchanged
sorry,
at
folks.
3.64% for January 30th.
So the YM didn't get to the high. Okay, I did not take that trade. And now on oil, I'll let it only fill short. I don't want to take a long trade on oil. Now, the crazy thing, it's pulled completely off. I hope it fills me short. But I'm not taking a long. Now, I'm kind of sorry now because it's gone up so much over the past 15 minutes. Now, will the VWAP hold it in check? Maybe. Maybe it will. It's down. It's gone up.
Order submitted.
So it would have filled long. Two ticks. Now, it's probably too big of a range to even take this trade today. Okay, Chantal, you were willing to take it. I mean, the frustration is every time I try to outthink the market outthinks me. And right now the long is working. So I'm not gonna, I mean, every morning I say I'm not gonna try and outthink the market. And then I try and outthink the market. It's very, very frustrating. These last couple of weeks have been really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. These are markets the likes of which I don't know that we've ever seen anything like it. Our fill would have been 29, it looks like. Chantal, where was your long fill? $62.30. So I'm not dying to take a short all the way down at the bottom of the range. That I'm not willing to do. So I'm going to cancel my range trade because I'm not going to take a short trade 24 ticks from now. I'm just not willing to do it.
Order canceled.
But I'm willing to take a short here
Order submitted.
with a stop, a pretty small stop. Now, it's not going to work. Above the VWAP by about 5 ticks. Now, I'm not looking for more than about 8 or 10 ticks, just a scalp. And in a few minutes, we'll get ready for the NQ. Now the YM has pulled off the high a little bit.
Order filled.
All right, so that idea did not work. So right now I'm done with oil. Small scalp, didn't work. The regular trade, you could have gotten target 1. You could have gotten target 1. I still think this market's going to go back down, but I don't want to blow up my funded account, trying to scalp what I think. So I'm going to leave it alone. What I'm going to do is trade the NQ open in this account because that trade works quite a bit. MNQ 0326. I'm done with oil. So MNQ, watching the YM. MNQ going to put a reverse continue on. A couple of contracts. 50 tick target. And a 75 tick stop. And I'll label that reverse continue. MNQ. So just a simple reverse continue, couple of contracts, 50 target, 75 stop. So that's our MNQ. And then I'll set up our breakout. MNQ is pretty negative today. And we do have ISM manufacturing at 9:30. So just watching the MNQ a little bit. We have plenty of time. The YM really was not a winning magnet. It didn't get close enough. It was darn close. 36. It was 4 ticks away. 4 ticks away. So the MNQ, we have a template set up. So I'll go to template, go to load, MNQ new open. I'll rename it today's date to 2/26. And we're going to trigger at 9:29:59 with a bracket of 40. Target of 30, target of 100, stop of 125. Let's set the time to 0 so we could manage the bracket. It's a little bit early to manage the bracket. Leaving it on sim for a minute because I'm going to put the brackets on the chart.
Order submitted. Order
All right,
canceled.
and I want to get rid of the vertical line on entry also under optional. Uncheck show vertical line on entry. Then when you check, did I not do it? Hang on. Show vertical line on entry, uncheck it. Then when you check your bracket, you'll see it.
Order submitted.
No line. But you still get your diamonds. That's the thing. You still get your diamonds.
Order canceled.
There where the vertical line would have been. Then we'll go back and we'll put the breakout back to the right time, 9:29, 40 bracket, targets of 30 and 100, break even if it hits the first target, and 125 tick stop. Put the account, I'm going to trade it in the oil funded account. I'm going to trade Palantir in that account this evening also. I need to save this account if I can. It's close to liquidation, which is a shame. All right, YM. Now the YM, you'd still be in the trade. So if you took that magnet, you did not get stopped out. It didn't test the high, but it didn't pull back all that much either. Palantir's a good trade. Yep, it's a very nice earnings trade. It's new for us, but it's had really good moves. Like big time, big time. Now, ISM, we'll talk about when we get to it. Did anybody watch the Grammys? Now, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I it's like watching people from another planet. And I'm a musician. I don't know who most of those people are. I mean, let me correct that. I know who most of those people are, but I don't know most of those people. It's very weird. They're very weird. Now, we got a signal in our signal system, and the minute the signal printed, we also got a green candle. I don't go short on green candles and green momentum bars. At least I certainly try not to, especially right, before the open 15 minutes. This is not my favorite trading time to take reversals. I think you're better off waiting for the market to open. So right now I'm just really watching the YM. All right, so we're just waiting on the open. Right now the MNQ's down, the YM is a tiny bit up, but the YM was down when I got into the first room, the Disney room, when I eventually got in. So since it snowed in Pennsylvania, we have not had a single day over freezing, and cars are still snowed in, iced in. It's been a real problem because they have nowhere to put the snow. Now the YM signal it might not be a terrible signal. It's not a very high risk because your stop would be, 8 to 10 ticks above the high. It's just that it's not the best time of day. You don't have a lot of time to stay in the trade before the open.
In 10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we get the Canadian manufacturing PMI, where the prior read was 48.6.
Now, one thing that was good for the signal is that the market was pretty negative when we first got here. So that makes you think probably the markets, it really seems like the markets are going to be negative today. So just from a what do you think the markets are going to do point of view, it's not a bad signal. So now you can turn off the magnet for a moment and get ready for the open and just start over because we've pulled off the high. That might have been the only trade I would take on the YM now. I'm not dying to take a long today on the YM. But again, every time I try to make a decision as to what direction I should go, the market goes the other way. So how many ticks was that? Now, I wouldn't have taken that first signal. So look, the truth is, I wouldn't have taken the second signal until the candle after the signal. It's only 16 ticks, ballpark. So we're just waiting now for the market open. I'm going to reset up the magnet on the YM. Just one contract today. High of day, low of day. Proximity is a 3. Using the default target -3. 50 on the stop. Labeled YM magnet. Turn it on and you get your orders. The target would be 37. It's not a very big trade because, we already came close to doing the magnet. So I may not take that trade this morning. I don't think we're going to get to the bottom side. It's so far away.
So in 5 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, we get the Canadian manufacturing
So what I
PMI
might
with
do
a
is just
prior read
wait
of
and see if there's any
48.6.
other signals that get generated by the YM this morning. It's just a little bit too close to the magnet to make it a worthwhile trade. Now, if it pulled back 25 or 30 ticks, but it's not pulling back, it's pushing up.
Trump says he welcomes China and India investments in Venezuela oil. This is Trump on Truth Social, just citing an article from Bloomberg.
So we have 3 minutes to go. YM it did give a long, but it didn't yet follow through. You can see it's been giving longs for a good half hour, and it's really been struggling to follow through. So maybe after the open, if you get if it makes a new high and then gives a short signal, it might be a good short. So what I might do is start it over one more time, or just put it on. If you put it on off, it'll just give signals. If it goes back and retests the high, or if it starts pushing down again. I think if it pushes down again, it might give another signal. We'll see. But no matter what, it's
1
not the
minute now till
open
the
yet.
Canadian
Gotta wait.
manufacturing
I
PMI
have to
and
wait
the
for the
market
open.
on open imbalance.
So I probably will miss the YM. Let's see what it does on the open. NQ is getting ready.
Ten seconds.
Here come the brackets.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
50
Order
spot 4,
filled.
50 spot 4. Market on open imbalance. S&P 500.
Expanding the
Sell side
Order
target.
34
filled.
I
million.
couldn't expand the
Nasdaq
target
100
as
buy
much as
side
I
5
wanted
million.
to.
Dow 30 buy side
I
32
just
million.
could
And the
not
Mag
get
7 buy
there
side of
to
8
expand the
million.
target as much as I wanted to. But that was a very, very nice, explosive, quick winner. Very nice, quick winner. Looks like it's going to test the high. I just feel like I missed it. It's already there. It's so fast. It's already there. So we made our oil money back on the MNQ open. And that was a darn good signal on the YM. So it never remade the high. And the signal was good. I just thought it was a little bit early to take the
Also
signal
note,
before
posted
the
the
open.
Canadian
So
manufacturing
that's why I
PMI
missed
January
the
report in the
YM.
feed for those interested.
So I'm done with the open. I am done with the open. So no YM. I don't need that. But I have to have faith in my YM analysis. Don't need the YM. Just let's put the magnet back on for a minute.
Oracle shares rise 3.6% after the company announces plans to raise up to $50 billion in debt and equity this year.
So that was a very good MNQ open. And it was a good scalp to the high if you took it. And then the YM, a complete directional change. Now watch it burst through the high. It's going to burst through the high. And you get a signal. It's a very late signal. If you understand the signals, that's a VWAP signal. But it's got to close the candle. And that candle was relentless. So I knew there would be a signal, but it would not be a signal you could take because the candle was too big. If you know the signals, you could have taken that early if you wanted to take the risk. So the question is the YM going to continue up or are you going to get a good reversal off this? I think, we have a fairly major news report coming up, so you might do well just wait for the news and see what the report comes in at. So ISM manufacturing is at 10 o'clock. And there is a 9:45 report It's called final manufacturing. That comes out 15 minutes before ISM. And that report we don't trade at the
In
moment.
10 minutes time now at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time, we get the US S&P manufacturing PMI. This is the January final. The forecast is 51.9 on the prior 51.9.
Nice,
The
Larry.
range is 52.2 to 51.9.
Very nice. Now, interestingly, the that YM signal prints after the candle.
The S&P 500 are raising some pre-market losses here. It's now close to flat on the session.
Wow, I didn't think there was maybe 100 ticks of profit available on that signal. So that was quite a move through the high. Let's take a look at the DMM. So I'm done right now on this chart with the MNQ. So let me remove my MNQ chart, put it on gold. Now, I don't believe that gold is safe to trade today. I think that there could be very large moves from gold on the report. This particular report has not been easy to trade on gold either. Anyway, so the problem with ISM is there's not a very good setup. You know, we have a bunch of reports over the past, especially it's been exacerbated since the government shutdown. Reports have been worse to trade because of the inconsistency of the data being released. But ISM, we had quite a few difficult trap trades. It got stopped in January. It got stopped in November. Um, I just think trading it with tiers of 20 and 35 in this market is very unsafe. Or 35 and 50. Actually, we had 35 and 50. We have an ES trap of 20 and 35. And very honestly, folks, I don't think you should trade ISM in a serious account. I don't think it's a safe event. I mean, it's not. We don't have a safe setup for it. That's the honest truth. We do not have a safe setup for it. I'm not comfortable trading gold on it today. Gold's been just really difficult. We do have an ES trap. Now on the open, the ES moved 100 ticks. That's 25 points. That's 25 points. It's possible that our ES trap could work. Could work. It's got, but this is not, let's look at our spike sheet. So we have a spike sheet on it. We looked at previous reports using the ES. And it really hasn't moved a lot on the ES. That's the truth. This report has not moved a lot on the ES. In September, it moved 47. That's the most that it's moved in almost 7 months. So the problem is it's been a very small mover. But what's going to happen today with the markets, with the volatility we have in the markets? Now I've upped our tiers. I have upped the tiers. I think 12 and 20 is very small. But I think it definitely presents a significant amount of risk. Now, I'll try it.
White House official confirms that U.S. envoy Witkoff will arrive in Israel on Tuesday and meet with Israel's
I
PM
will try
Netanyahu.
it in a, an eval account, not a very important account. But otherwise, I would watch ISM and maybe look for a magnet after the news or a scalp after the news. Gold, is it yesterday's pre-open or the 6 p.m. open? If you look at gold on a 15-minute chart, gold's extremely volatile. Again, it's now up $60 today.
And a White House official again confirms that U.S. envoy Witkoff will travel to Abu Dhabi as well for talks with Russia and Ukraine on Wednesday and Thursday.
So I'll set up our breakout trade as a sim.
Noting as well that U.S. listed
Breakout
shares of
as a
rare earth
sim.
miners and critical minerals rise after reports that the Trump administration launches a $12 billion mineral stockpile to counter China.
So I'll put a reverse continue on the gold chart. Change the breakout to a reverse continue, just one contract, a 30-tick target, a 30-tick stop. And like I said, on the breakout for gold, I'm just not willing, only a sim. I think after the day gold had on Friday, we have to just watch gold a little bit. It may just be not safe. It's moving too much. So we'll call that breakout GC, reverse continue GC. And then we had a breakout, the DMM, and this breakout is really not safe. Honestly, it's not a safe trade. 9, and of course today will be a monster. 9, 59, 59. The bracket's 25. Target of
1 minute
10
remaining for the
and
US
30.
S&P manufacturing PMI final read.
Stop of 35. Go to break even if it hits the first target. Breakout GC. Now I want to watch the 945 report. So just watching the 945 report. Now, gold has calmed down quite a bit.
10 seconds.
But it's still moving in chunks of ticks.
52 spot 4, 52
So
spot
the
4,
news just
Ivan
came
forecast
out.
51 spot 9.
The news just came out. And that's gold is moving really large. It's very deceptive, very deceptive, very deceptive. All right, these are not one tick
We have posted the S&P
moves out of gold.
Manufacturing PMI January final report on the
So you
Facebook
want to keep
Open
that in
Chat.
mind. It's not normal. It's not normal. I don't think we're seeing normal behavior. All right. So just to give you an example, if we test our breakout and test our breakout time at 9:59, set the time to 0. The bracket is 25.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
It's
Order
not, it
filled.
gets filled instantly.
Order filled.
Gold is just not safe right now for a setup for this report. It's just the way it is, okay? I'm not really even going to trade it. Because look how you have to have your chart very spread to see a bracket.
Order submitted.
That's a 25
Order
bracket.
canceled. Order submitted. Order canceled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
And
Order
it
filled.
fills,
Order
it fills
filled.
right away. It fills right away. I'm just going to save the template so I don't have to reload it. All right. So looking at gold, trying to watch gold, with a fairly normal chart, putting the reverse continue back on. One position, a 35 target, 35 stop. And right now I'm just leaving gold in sim. GC, reverse, continue. All right. Gold in sim. So there's our gold reverse continue. And like I said, I don't think the breakout is safe. We can put it on to see what happens. It's going to trigger at 9:59:59. Bracket. You can make the bracket 30. It needs to maybe be 100, to be honest. Targets 10 and 30. You can't use normal values to trade gold right now. It's not functioning normally. So that's why I'm not recommending trading it. All right. Just keeping it in sim this morning. GC breakout. If I put sim on 0, just to see how far apart those brackets are.
Order submitted.
See
Order
how tight
canceled.
they are? You can't really look at a normal chart if you want to trade a breakout on gold because
Order
it's moving
submitted.
so
Order
much.
canceled.
So let's see if a breakout, it's just not a breakout day. You have to just forget gold, the breakout. You have to forget
It's
it.
been 10 minutes time now at the top of the hour. We get the
Testing
US
it,
ISM
I mean,
manufacturing
we can
PMI
test it.
for
I'll
January.
test it.
Forecast 48 spot 5 on the prior 47 spot 9
So I'll
with a range of
put
51 to 47 spot 9 expected.
the
Price to trade
time back to
forecast 59 spot 3 on the prior
9:59:59,
58 spot 5. Employment index forecast 46 on
but
the
I'm
prior
not willing
44
to
spot
trade
9.
it
So again,
for
employment
real. It's
forecast
too much
46 on the
risk.
prior 44 spot 9
Now,
and new
looking at
orders
the
for a prior
ES,
47 spot 7.
looking at the ES, do you think you have a safe trade on the ES this morning? I don't. I don't think a trap trade is a great setup. The market is relentlessly pushing up this morning. And I don't think I want to trade this report. That's the truth. I don't think it's safe to trade. I really don't think this is a safe report at the moment. The tiers on our trap trade, right? The tiers on our trap trade. We could look at them and put them on the chart. So let me show you what you can do. So we have a trigger time at 9:59:55. The stop is 25. Tier 1 is 20. Tier 2 is 35. Label it Trap ES. Right now I'm leaving it on sim because I want to put the orders on the chart by making the time 0. All right. So our time is 0. So we could see the tiers draw. So when you turn on,
Order submitted. Order canceled.
I need to be in sim. That's why we didn't see the orders.
Order submitted.
So I'm just leaving the orders on for a minute to see if I think we can put a safe trap trade on. It may be that we can try, that I'm going to try this trap trade in an eval account. I'm leaving the orders on. You're not getting filled in 1 second so that we could get a response from the news that will move the ES and then it'll reverse. It looks like it's a possible
Order
trade.
canceled.
So I'll just trade it in the eval I've been using this morning. It's down a little bit. So our trap trade on the ES, I'm going to change the software account to number 32. Put the time back to 9:59:55. When you turn on a trap trade, you have to make sure you see the cancel outer tier button. That's very important. Gold definitely not safe. Look at how you have to put the chart on if you want to see a normal size bracket. Gold is not safe. You probably have to use 100 bracket on gold to take this trade. Maybe that's what we should put on. Put on 100 bracket.
In 5 minutes' time now, at the top of the hour, we get the US ISM manufacturing PMI for January. Forecast
And then I'll put
48.5
a
on the prior 47.9
ES
with a range of 51 to
reverse continue
47.9
on the
expected.
chart.
Prices paid, forecast
One
59.3 on the
contract.
prior 58.5. The employment index, forecast 46 on the prior 44.9.
25 tick
And new
target.
orders, prior read of
25
47.7.
tick stop. Label it ES reverse continue in that same prop account. Apply it. Okay, so we have ES. So on that gold breakout, right? If we make gold bracket 100, okay? Because honestly, 30 is not safe. Targets would need to be bigger. Go for 30 and 50 on your targets. And your stop has to be at least 50, and that's probably nowhere near big enough. And this is really informational, okay? Informational. We're trying to see, can we trade gold this week? Right now, look at 100 bracket.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
It's a bit more manageable, right? So I want to get rid of the vertical line. We don't need any more things in the way. Optional, show vertical line is gone.
Order submit. Order canceled.
It's still not an easy chart to trade.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
100 bracket is our test on gold, okay? 100 on the bracket. Gold is not moving in ticks. It's moving in points. You know, we call it, it's moving in chunks, okay? 950, 959. Gold is not safe. It's just become so volatile, it's not safe. So we'll see if we can get away with an ES trade. It might kill us. It might not. But it's certainly not moving the same way that gold is moving. It is actually moving one or two ticks at a time. So that's not too bad. All right. So I'll take a shot on an ES trap. What's the enemy of a trap? A burst in one direction, right? But we're just watching gold because gold clearly is not safe. Not as a breakout. And the trap would have to be so big. We don't really have a trap. I mean, we have a trap setting. You could use our previous setting and at least double it. So we'd have a tier of maybe 70 and 100. It might even need to be bigger than that. Now, usually the market will
1 minute
respond to
remaining.
this
I'll be looking at the
news.
US ISM manufacturing PMI.
It's a pretty important report. We are using the JOBB system. Lena, I don't understand your question. You don't trade the news with the JOBB system. I don't understand your question. That's exactly what we're doing. But gold isn't safe today. So I'm just taking a trap trade on the ES. Okay, that's fine. I thought maybe the question was old. That's fine.
10 seconds.
No problem. So our orders are going to show up.
Order submitted.
There's our orders. The news is going to be out right
Order
about
submitted.
now.
Order filled.
Now,
52 spot
gold
6,
might have
52
worked,
spot 6,
but
higher
it
than forecast, 48
didn't even
spot
really
5.
respond to
Prices
the
paid at
news.
59, 59, lower than forecast, 59 spot 3. Employment,
Now
48
the
spot 1,
ES,
48 spot 1,
it's not
higher
really
than
a
forecast,
proper
46,
trap
and
trade.
new orders at
It
57 spot 1,
almost
57 spot 1.
filled
The
properly
strength in
to
the
the
dollar following
upside.
the
Now, if it
ISM
goes
manufacturing
up,
PMI coming in higher than expected, as well as the employment index.
the news is good, to be honest. The news looks good. So the original move was long.
Order
I'm
canceled.
canceling the trap because it didn't fill on the long side. Our tiers, believe it or not, were a little too big. So doubling, or we didn't double the tiers, but they were a little bit too big on the ES. Gold, we'll look at the video. It looked like it filled before the news, maybe before the news came out. I'm not sure. Um, I think you just got filled in a random gold move. Now, overall, the news is mixed because the January manufacturing prices were negative, but manufacturing is good. ISM is good, global, but I'd say overall it's more of a good news report than a bad, and gold going down makes sense in that case.
We have posted the US ISM manufacturing PMI January
And
report
really,
preview
the
for those
ES,
interested.
it popped up on the news, and now it's really back to where it was before the news. So there wasn't a follow through, and it didn't do a very
Dollar
good.
yen's up almost spot 5% following the ISM data.
It was an okay reversal had our tiers been a little bit smaller. So our tiers were a little bit too big on the ES on that. Gold, let's look at the video because I don't think gold was safe. Give me a minute to render the video. Now see the ES, the original move on the trap was up. You didn't get a fill though. And that's why I canceled it because it started going down. It had already reversed. So the proper way to deal with a trap trade is if you don't get filled on the original burst, you don't want to get filled in the opposite direction because that's the reversal. That's not the trade. That's not how a trap trade is supposed to work. We're supposed to get filled on the original burst if it bursts up. We didn't. Now, I guess theoretically, but it's not the way we do it. You could wait for another move in the up direction, but look, it's 3 minutes almost after the news already. The trap trade opportunity is over. Let's take a quick look at that video just to look at the way gold behaved. Now remember, we did 100 bracket. A 100 bracket. All right. Here comes the bracket in a couple of seconds. So gold just bursts up on the news. Very, very big burst. Nothing crazy about that trade. So if I can figure out how big our brackets should be. It might be, oh, hey, everybody, look what I did. I was on the MNQ. So I never changed my chart to gold. So what's interesting, 100 bracket on the MNQ worked perfectly. So isn't that crazy? Nobody corrected me. But MNQ, let's at least transparency. Got the instrument wrong. 100 bracket, and that was perfect on the MNQ. All right, nobody caught me. I forgot to change my chart from the open. That's what I did. I set up a gold trade, but it was MNQ. So it was 100 bracket on the MNQ, and that was perfect. And then, wait a minute. You know what, folks? I'm losing my mind. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Stop. Stop the press. Stop the press. I'm not crazy. All right, here's gold. I'm looking at the wrong time. I'm looking at the wrong chart. Forget everything I said. That's a mistake. Here's gold. 100 bracket. Okay, watch the time. Here's the time. Did it come out early? News is not out yet. Brackets filled before the news came out. Absolutely. Got filled before the news came out. Now, it still worked, but that was not a normal trade. Watch it one more time. It filled about a second. It looks like it filled a second before the news came out. The brackets, it was definitely before the news because I was watching out of the corner of my eye. It shoots down. It was the right direction based on good news, but gold looks tough to trade. That looks tough to trade. Certainly, it needed quite the big bracket, quite a big bracket. And then looks to me like the ES likes the news. The markets like the news. All right, this was not easy this morning. Not easy. Let's recap. Market open, MNQ was great. YM, I did not take a trade. Oil, I got stopped on a scalp, but our regular oil trade looked like it would have hit target one. That's what I see for this morning on our normal trades. On our YouTube folks, I want to thank you for watching. We're going to close our YouTube